Well, hello again, everybody. Mr. Taylor here. Let's start our unit on personal finance. This is something that is relatively new in the Texas curriculum to eighth graders, but I think it's something that's very, very valuable. Actually, you're all going to go to college, you're all going to graduate, you're all going to work, and you definitely want to get good information here because this unit is going to talk to us about how we manage our money. Okay, unit, should I say lesson 16.1, start us off with repaying loans. Our objective is students will calculate the cost of repaying a loan. Key vocabulary, interest. So how much does it cost to borrow money? When you use a credit card or get a loan from a bank, the cost of borrowing the money depends on two factors. The first is the interest rate you pay. The second is the time that you take to pay the total amount. So interest, what is interest? It's the money you pay to borrow money or use a credit. So the interest rate determines in part the cost of a loan or of purchases on a credit card. So what we do, we have actually two scenarios that we want to look at. The first one tells us that Alex made a charge of textbook, clothing, and some downloads on a credit card. So he received his bill in the mail from his credit card company for $1,000. The interest rate on the card is 21%. So he said he's going to pay it off in 3 monthly payments, and he wants to know how much will his loan cost him in interest. The second scenario we want to look at is Barry. Barry takes out a loan from his bank for $1,000 to buy a bicycle. The interest rate on his loan is 9%. So he's going to pay the total amount off as well in 3 monthly payments. So they're asking us to use an online calculator to find the cost of his loan. And they gives us some stuff here. What is Barry's total repayment cost? And it tells us $338 a month times 3 months, and they give us the amount of money and the interest paid and the cost of the loan. But what we want to do here is determine how did he come up with this information. And we're not going to use an online calculator. It may take me maybe two settings here to get through this because I want to be really concrete with it to make sure that you understand what I'm going to do. But instead of doing an online calculator, let's use our TI Inspire. Okay? So I'm going to walk through it step by step, and if you could take these notes, or if you have an Inspire CX or the CAS, either one, follow along with me. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the home page on your CX or your CAS. And that's the page that says ON and has a little house there. Once you get there, you want to click New Document. Now, you may get a prompt if you've already been working, let's say, do you want to save? Now, that's your discretion if you want to save what you're currently working on, or you can just say no, and then you get to this page. So it asks you, what do you want to do? You want to add a calculator? You want to add a graph? You want to add geometry? You want to add list and spreadsheet? You want to add data and statistics? You want to add notes, and so forth. So in this particular case, we want to add a calculator. So we would just highlight add calculator, or if you look at the numbers on the side where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, just click that number on your keypad So if you click 1, it's going to come to here where it'll give you a calculator actually. And then from the calculator, you want to go to menu. So this is where we are here. So once we got the calculator page, we get to menu, and menu, this is your menu from your calculator page. What do you want to do? Let's go down to finance. So here you would click 8. Once you click 8, it's going to give you another drop down, and you tell it you want to do the financial solver. Okay, so financial solver would be 1. So if you click 1 or highlight and enter, then this is what you're going to come to. So coming here, we want to take a look at what Alex did. So let me explain what this financial solver is all about. The N, if you see, is highlighted here. It says number of payments. Now the N will be the number of payments, and what you're going to, if you're paying, he said 3 payments. So that's what we're going to put in here. We're going to put 3 in here. Interest rate, it says I%. It said 21%, so you don't want to put 0.21 in here. You just put 21 because the actual calculator is going to turn that into 0.21 once you enter it here. PV means future value. I mean present value. So what is it that he said he was going to borrow? $1,000. So $1,000 would go here. We will leave payment blank because we're going to have to first have the machine for us to create what the payment is. The future value, after the 3 months, he shouldn't owe any money. So we leave that at 0. And then you get down here where it says PPY. This is payments per year. So we know there are 12 months in a year. So under normal circumstances, this will be 12. So you would change the 1 to 12. Okay, so we want to make sure that we enter this information next. I just wanted to make sure you understood what we were doing. So here's what we're going to do. We entered 3 because he said, if we go back and look, he says he want to pay it in 3 months. So we enter 3 for N. It says 21 for the interest rate because that's what we see here, 21%. So we enter 21. Present value. Now you could have put 1,000 in here, but I always like to put a negative sign here because that means that this money will be decreasing every time you make a payment. Okay, so we look again. Well, before we get here, let's go down and notice I left payment blank, future value 0, and then enter 12 here where it says payments. So what I done is I came back up and got to the section that said payment, and I'm going to hit enter, and the calculator is going to give me $345.067. So this is money. So with money, here's what we do. We take money and we round money off to the nearest hundreds. So this will become, if we look here, we're going to round here. So we'll look at this number. This number 7 is greater than 5, so we will round 6 up. So this will become $345.07. That's how much he's going to pay per month. $345.07. Okay? Good. You with me? So let's see, can we go on a little further? Now, at any time that you get a little behind, just go ahead and stop it, back it up, and see exactly what steps we're doing. Okay, now we want to go get out of, so we can do escape here and get out of. Let's go back and show you what we're going to do. Escape. We're going to hit the escape button here. It says ESC. So we'll hit the escape button, and from the escape button we want to go back and add a calculator. Okay, so what we can do to get to this, we can do Control DOC. So to get to this page right here, we do C, this is your blue button, CTRL. We want to do CTRL DOC. and then tell it you want to add a calculator. What we're going to do with the calculator is we're going to determine what the money is, the difference. Okay, so we know the monthly payments was $345. This is the monthly payments right here, $345.07. So in order for us to find out how much he literally paid for the loan, we have to multiply this times 3. So just input 345.07, hit the time key, and it's going to tell you that in 3 months he's going to pay a total of $1,035.21. So what did the loan cost him? This is the original amount. This is what he's going to pay for it right here. This is what he's going to pay. And this is what he borrowed or charged on his card. So you would take what he paid minus what he borrowed, and that's going to give you a total of $35.21. Now that's what he paid in interest. So this is the interest. This is the interest, and also what he paid for the loan. Okay, so what I want to do, hopefully, I think I may get a chance. I may have a chance to go and look, and let's see, do we have a bit of a chance to look at? Yeah, I think we do. So let's go ahead and take a look at Barry's right quick. Barry took out a loan for bicycle, which was $1,000, but his interest rate was at 9%. So if you're thinking with me, if we go back and look at 21% and compare it to 9%, we know that Barry's going to spend less money. We should know that Barry's going to spend less money for his loan. So again, your N is going to be 3, interest is 9, $1,000 for the present value. We're not going to put anything in payment. 0 future value, and payments is 12. And then we're going to come back and hit enter here, like it says here. We're going to hit enter to calculate the payments, and we'll see he's paying $338. And again, we have this thing that we have to deal with, because that's a 5, so that means we're going to take this 4 and round this 4 up. So we're looking at $338.35. Okay, that's what he's going to pay per month, and he's going to do so in 3 months. And again, you want to go back to your add a calculator, and then you'll see here that if we multiply $338.35 times 3, we'll get $1,015.05. Again, this is what this is what he paid. This is what he spent or borrowed. And this is the cost or the interest. Okay, so now let's just about how you do that on that cast. Pretty easy stuff. You definitely want to get a good feel of that, so you once you really start working on your star, you know exactly how to deal with those. Now when we come back, what we want to do is we want to look at these reflect questions and work from there. So we're going to go ahead and end this video now, and we'll do a second video here to determine what we do with these reflect questions. Maybe you might want to stop it here, write these down, okay, and also stop it here and write these down. So we'll come back and work these in a video coming up. Okay, this is Mr. Taylor, and I'll talk to you soon.